When the 6 map highlights for March were released this month, the community shockingly weren't talking about them that much. Sure, you had the dedicated videos that were reviewing these maps and a few people saying things about Mirage Saloon, but other than that, there's nothing. Even if you look at the analytics for the game right now, you can easily pinpoint the exact day where the game was updated so that Mirage Saloon was added. But right after that, the visits kind of immediately die out. So why is this happening? Well, I have a few guesses. Not sources, guesses. So I'm either completely right or completely wrong. Without further ado, let's get into why I think FPS Cap 2 highlight updates seem to die out quickly. My first guess is a change to the highlight system that I really dislike, and it's Crazy Block's only adding 1 map a day. On paper, this seems like a good idea because it builds anticipation for each day, kind of like waiting for Christmas in December as a kid. But in reality, it's just something unnecessary. I missed it when all highlights were released at once, and believe it or not, but I think this actually kills the hype more than it builds it up. Imagine a new movie that's been hyped up for around a few months is exactly 1 day from releasing. Everyone's really excited and they can't wait to see how good the movie is because it's been teased for a while. But then they realize that theaters are only premiering 15 minutes of the movie a day. Obviously, that's not very fun. So when the last few days come around, the hype will be pretty dead rather than people saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this new movie's last 45 minutes over the span of 3 days." And it's just pretty stupid, and releasing all the highlights, or in this case, the full movie at once, is a very easy fix. But that's not all I have to say. The next guess I have is people already knew which maps were going to be highlighted. I understand if 1 or 2 maps are leaked, but for March's highlights, no joke, every single map was already leaked. Let's go back to the movie scenario. If Shrek 5 was about to release and someone leaked the whole movie, that leak would gain a lot of popularity because it's on the internet. If it's a good movie, people don't have the need to go to theaters and watch it because it's online. If it's bad, people still won't go to the theaters either way because they don't want to waste their time and money. Basically, it's a lose-lose situation. Around 2 days before the maps were released, I already knew all the maps that were going to be highlighted, so I didn't really care. I know leaking is pretty inevitable in video games, but there needs to be some way to enforce it. My next guess is simply bad timing. The day Mirage Saloon released, which is by far the most popular highlight, FPS was capped to 60. This caused the game to look really jittery and definitely laggy, especially on the brand new map that literally just released, Mirage Saloon. Look, Roblox was only designed to run on 60 FPS, but FPS unlockers and monitors with higher hertz count have become used a lot more. Capping it at 60 can definitely improve physics issues, but a lot of people noticed that it also made them overall worse at the game. Some people straight up quit the game and moved to Liquid Breakout or Trio due to this change. I believe the cap is now raised to 70 something, but most people haven't even realized because they're used to FPS of 100 or above. I'm personally fine with it and I'm already used to it, but the important thing is other people are not. The final guess is kind of a throwaway guess, but a lot of highlights feel very similar nowadays. And I'm not just talking about March's highlights, I'm also talking about February's and even January's highlights. I understand that every map will play out differently, but a lot of maps feel very alike to some other highlights. The insane highlight for this month is obviously pretty fun, but doesn't it feel quite generic? Even the OST plays out like literally every other OST. It starts off calm, gets a little bit intense after a few seconds, adds a little bit more instruments, and then at the end, it gets higher pitched. Why do literally all of the modern OSTs sound like that? It can't just be me. It doesn't sound bad. In fact, it's actually pretty good. I just wish there were more variety with the OSTs, and also the maps themselves. If there was a wider variety and every single map felt different, then I'm sure a lot more people would be willing to try it. And there's 4 probably correct reasons on why FPS Cap 2 highlight updates aren't as fun. But why did I make this video, you probably didn't ask? It's because I'm getting concerned. If these updates aren't going to be fun anymore, then what's the point of playing? Because these are literally like the only updates we get besides a few game passes. I'm obviously not quitting because I really enjoy making these FPS Cap 2 videos for the community, but some people don't. And it's pretty sad to see FPS Cap 2 go from such a popular game in like 2018 to one of those games where most people just faintly remember it. Oh yeah, one more thing before I head out. Please don't take any of these as facts because, once again, they're guesses. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if any of them are true. Thanks for watching, and in the impossibly small chance that Crazy Block is seeing this right now, maybe take some of this info into consideration.